Today we're going to have a look at a game that'll be coming out soon. This one's called Cosmotiles. A look at the world, we can probably guess that we have tiles to place. Take a look at controls, zoom, rotate, place block, rotate block. Okay. So let's have a look. Place this block adjacent to black to score points. Place those adjacent to green. So I guess you can do the border of the block and what it basically wants. We would rotate this guy to that gap. Then we'd want this guy to sort of come in next to him. At which point we would want... Keep zooming out every time I want to rotate. I'm doing the wrong button per push. Oh, so I don't get the other two? Okay. Mountains. So many times in this you're going to see me zooming out. Now, there was no request to connect those two, but I just felt like my forest would look prettier if it was just a running, continuous shape. That was just a little bit of artistic decision made there. Rotate the planets. That one. Go again. Zooming in. Place that next to... There you go, zooming out again. These guys like the desert. These guys like the desert. I like that they don't lose points for being against something else. This guy likes the green. This guy likes... Very good spot for you to fit shape-wise. Quite neat that like slowly getting a real 3D nature of the whole planet being created. What do we want? Someone that's green. We want one that was not someone that was green. Really poor placement on my part. No. Oh yeah, I've sufficiently confused myself. The scoring system looks very similar to Islanders. It's funny that that's a better placement. Still touching the exact same amount of things. It's a forest. I mean, there's nowhere else really where there's forest, is there? No one's gonna fit in that middle gap though. That'd be a great placement there. And then we can have this guy. Can he hug along the top of them? Too long. What about if we flip him? Oh, there's no way that fits either. There's a few small blocks here, which we'd like to see because we do have a few tiny gaps we want to fill. I don't know about this guy here. I think I should instead be waiting for a three-piece block. I don't like that I can't rotate the map with WASD. This keys either. It's just the mouse that will do it. I also would like to rotate the piece with the mouse wheel. I don't need to zoom in and out with that. Q and E for that, please. See my natural. It's the only settings there, so there's no setting to change the controls. Alright, so put that guy across the top there. Those are the ones that we really wanted for down here, so that guy's a perfect get for that spot. And so I guess similar to Islanders as well, we can now just move on to a new planet. But we would want to stay and complete our planet as much as possible. By far the best placement I've done, even though I've wasted a space. Just be playing a little bit faster and looser now. Now I know I can get out of here. Move on. Not really any great spots for this guy. Fair bit of land over here, so we can sneak into this space. Especially now we're playing with an appreciation that we're probably not going to get every single square filled. We're just going for basically upping our score. Anywhere else where we've got red? I think that's the red I was looking at before. I've just rotated the world in a different way. You can fit in that gap at least. If there's anywhere else this guy can think. I feel like I'm now looking at the world upside down. Like, I don't think that much changed. In my head, it now seems upside down. Oh, I also realize you can't connect on the islands, but of course you can. You just have to start there. You don't get to place out that way. Do say that, but not really much of anything. It's nice that it's starting to give us smaller pieces to work with. I'd also like it on this point here if it would let me admire my planet. Like let me have a final look before you pass me off to a new one. Alright, so a lot more separated out space on this one. This is probably the biggest piece. I'm certainly not a fan of how much I'm accidentally zooming in. Slowly further and further. Oh, you want to be connected to red, right? And that'll do the job. I think sometimes I'm just forgetting that I'm going to lose the rest of the pieces once I go to 2 left. I'm giving up some what are probably better pieces when that happens. I'll put this guy down. Would have been a great spot for him. Orange, not red. Run that guy straight down the middle there. This guy, that'll be happy on this top side. And down here we could go red. Around this guy. Okay, so let's go. Let's hug red with that guy. Not much else to go on that side, so let's have it on this side again. Alright, so we can get some good points for that. Run this guy down that way. Some decent points. Okay, across that edge. Oh, this up here. Red. Better point scorer. These guys want rocks. A lot of red on the edges of stuff, but nothing. The two reds we've got are both straight lines, so they don't really suit. Such a waste of space to only get one connection on him. least gives us the option to then have that guy connect in and suit the space. I really don't know about this move I've been doing where I put these on the edge. I feel like they possibly need to be in the middle. You sort of work out from them. A waste of space for 2 points. We're going to make this third planet at least. Well, I'm pretty happy with our look at this guy. What we're going to do is I'm just going to jump onto the next one just to see what they look like. Yeah, so this is a higher ridge planet. We're dealing in the valleys. Alright, wow. It's a fair way we can zoom in there. So snuggle into each other. 26 points, nice little get there. And look, a nice scorer. Notice this one's changing when I've got 3 left still. Don't love that placement. One undo button. I realize it's not so much about the amount of squares that I get to touch orange. So say there's 2 touching that one. Doesn't care. It's about the amount of squares that it as a whole shape touches. Lovely when weird shape I've created has a weird shape to go in it. See, the idea of something like that's worth so little. Because we've got to look at it like it's just one shape. Slightly too long. Also barely touching green. Touching green a lot. Not long enough. Only touching that one square. be time to shift into a new area on the map. I do feel like we're doing pretty well. This one, if we've only done all of that, we've only used one of our many craters. I feel like there's I mean, the game's still a demo, so there's obviously can be work in progress, but I feel like there's an animation to be made. Once you leave a planet, it sort of almost like takes off from the planet, does a lap of the planet, so you get to see it in like all the work you've done a little bit further away, and then you move through the galaxy to find your next planet. Sort of give you a second to appreciate the map you've built. Okay, we're going to put these guys in first. I can do both this guy. And he'd probably be better off just running alongside them. And the other guy, but... Get him anymore. We've got no reds or greys. So let's move to a different... Yeah. Some of these colors. Fascinating new brown. So brown one's orange. It was just that guy wanted orange. We'll put that guy in. Then we'll put our brown and snuggle him in there. Really should have considered that guy a little bit more when... That down. Maybe we don't really need too much. That'll be enough to put us over the edge. I just want to see what the other planets look like. That's an interesting shape. Real interesting shape. Alright, well that's our first look at that one. Certainly some elements of Islanders in there, but not on the grid, so as a bit more of, I guess, a puzzle. Like a literal puzzle sense to it, as opposed to the way that Islanders is still a puzzle, but with more free range. Yeah, any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. And until next time, catch you later. See ya.